Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you might be in the world. You're watching Tommy Temper. This is the Tommy Temper Show. We're coming to you live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and we're going to be bringing you the very latest on what's happening out there in the world. So stay tuned for the very best. We've got updates on what's happening in Alberta and what's happening over in the Gulf War. So stand by and welcome to the stream. Let's see, what's new? What's new here today for us? Well, we've got the new background here, which is looking good. We're trying to, look a little more professional than usual. Maybe I'll get rid of this hat at some point in time, and put on a business suit and a tie, something like that. Spiff it up a little bit here. But we're here to give the news to you. If you're, liking what we do, well, you're going to like what's going to be coming up here. Now, if you're a hater of the channel, and you hate me and you don't like me, well, I'm here to trigger you, okay? So I'll do my best to try and trigger you to make sure that you're triggered. You guys that are over there in those hate channels, you're going to love getting triggered, okay? So stand by for that. So just to let you know up front what we're actually up to here. So if we trigger you, hey, we did our job. If you're going to be talking about us, if you're out there and you're a streamer, and it doesn't matter whether you're like Queedy or Red or Charlie or Al Munson or Catamus Rex or whatever. If you guys are out there streaming and you've got people, typing all day long there watching what's going on over the internet, well, we're here to trigger you, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay? What's the best way we can trigger you? Oh!
It's called fake news. Fake news. You are fake news. It's all fake news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
We'll trigger you first with Donald J. Trump.
It's all fake news.
That's right. It's all fake news. So just keep that in mind that whatever we present here today, it could be fake news, okay? So there might be fake news here. So don't report my channel for fake news, because there could be fake news here. I'm just telling you up front right now, we're doing this for fun. Well, we wouldn't mind the odd super chat, and do you see this little timer up here? Do you see that timer? There's a little timer right there that says stream ends in 56 minutes. Oh, it's actually reckoned by a little stream thing there because I've got that rounded edge on the stream. So, maybe what I should do is go in the background and fix that where it has rounded edges. I don't know where I set that up, but it's somewhere back there. I don't know where it is, under banners, style. Oh, it's probably under style. So just hang on a second here. Let me get rid of those rounded edges there and make it. Oh, hang on. What's that? Oh, we've got a new subscriber. Hey, thanks a lot for subscribing. Do appreciate that. That's not very good because that's not rounded corners. Hang on. We want this. But we want to get rid of those rounded corners. There we go. Now you can read that. Okay, do you see up in the corner there where it says stream ends in 55 minutes and 40 seconds, okay? Now, what I've got going on here is that little timer will be running. And I used to have that on my channel a long time ago, okay? And the reason for that timer is that the stream will end at the end of that timer if I don't get any super chats, okay? Now, if I get some super chats on the channel, and I'll kind of determine how many and how much in the way of super chats is going to keep my stream going. And if we get some super chats, then we will definitely reset that timer. Okay, so just so you know what that's the little timer is all about. Good to see you in the chat. We've got a few of our friends in the chat here now. We've got Quack in there. Quack, looking good. Thanks a lot. Nice for tuning in. Appreciate that. We've got ABD in there. Hey, turn on that 5-second timer if you could. I think you're a super mod. I did pretty much set the 1 minute timer on there. That you have to be a sub to be able to comment in here. We've got our good friend Al Munson. I did find something there. I found a picture of you, Al, you and Charlie there. I saw Charlie posted a picture of you and him on his channel over there. I was kind of over there checking to see what was going on, because you know what? I wasn't subbed to Charlie's channel, believe it or not. I don't know what happened. Oh, I know what happened. Remember, Charlie got his channel taken down, got a strike, whatever. So he set up a brand new channel with a brand new name, whatever. And whatever, for whatever reason, I never subbed up to him there. But yeah, I'm here to trigger you guys. I don't know if you heard the very first part of my stream here, but Al, if I trigger you and you talk about me, then I know I'm doing a good job. You know, I don't care what you guys say about me. You know, you can say, well, he's homophobic, or he's racist, or he's a bigot, or whatever you guys say. Hey, it worked, because I'm saying stuff, I'm being listened to, and yeah, you guys are getting triggered. So as long as I can trigger you guys a little bit, yeah, it was all worthwhile. Okay, you know what I mean? Hey, who else have we got in here? We've got Cloud Zach in here. Cloud Zach, nice to see you in there. Thanks a lot for checking out the channel here. Appreciate your company, and nice to see you. Nice to see you in here. A beautiful day. Good to see you. Hope you're getting along well with your bro there, with your new upcoming hubby. Looking good. I don't know what happened to Brett there. Brett had a girlfriend there, but has Brett still got that girlfriend there? Or they split up already there? I don't know what's going on with them. They seemed like they were getting along pretty well, and she was seeing Brett naked quite a bit, running around the house there, and then all of a sudden things split up. So I don't know. Maybe she didn't like what she saw or something. I don't know what the reason is. I'm not going to make any assumptions. We're just going to, take it one partner at a time, shall we say. We got Jen in the house. Happy Monday. Yeah, happy. We're doing quite well here. We're back in the big city from the lake house. We were in the lake house on the weekend there, but now we're back in the big city because young ones have to go to school. So they're at school here right at the moment. So we'll do what we can. Again, when the timer is running up there, when the timer expires, the stream is over, unless I get super chat that will keep the stream going. And this is just the first time. Actually, this is not the first time. If you guys remember, you know anything about my channel here, I used to have a timer on here before. Probably some of you will remember that. Some of the old timers that have been watching here maybe 5 years ago, I did the timer, and it actually worked out quite well. And the timer will reset and give the program another hour, if we get somebody giving us a super chat. Now, usually the super chat comes in right near the timer going down to 0. So, I'm not expecting anything right now. Because, I'm like the guy at your local 7-Eleven store. He's not going to stand there all day without getting paid at least $15 an hour. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, this is, I could be out making $1 zillion out there in the real world, like buying up something or other, some big thing, and then, doing something to it and then reselling it or whatever. But, I've given up on the real world and stuff like that. And I'm kind of just here to have fun. But, the fun also has to have an element of being useful. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to give you guys a little bit of stuff here of what's happening in the world to make you happy. If you're a troll, I'm going to trigger you. So hopefully you're going to get triggered. So that'll be nice to, have a feeling of like, he's triggering me. Oh, man. He's putting down those LGBTQ people. No, he's not. I'm actually... I've got a love for LGBTQ people. I probably won't be gay myself, like that'll probably never happen. So don't hope for that happening. Like, even though you guys, like getting the, and the, where myself, I'm kind of, just kind of happy with what I have going on with my wife and I. Okay. So let's put that to rest right now, so we don't have to go there. And by the way, that MMI LGBTQ plus stuff is pretty much fake. That whole thing is fake. That was a fake thing. It's not right, not true, whatever. So that was all BS. It's like internet lore. It's already over. K9 is in there. Hey, K9, good to see you. Maybe I can give you a bit of a poke or something there too. hopefully you, are going to get trolled or whatever by me, because that's part of my job here now. I have to troll you guys. I have to troll the trolls. Okay, quack, bad publicity is still publicity. Agreed. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Oh yeah, CJ. Hey, thanks a lot for joining for 23 months. Unbelievable. Whoa, that is going to reset the timer. Hang on, let's reset that timer right now. We're going to have to reset it here. Hang on. Let me do a reset on that one there. Holy moly. It's resetting right now and restarting over again. Okay, 59 minutes back on the timer. Thanks a lot, CJ, for that. Wow, I can't believe that. That was a big one there. Let me look for that one. CJ. Okay, this stream is going to be dedicated to CJ 734, who is one of the biggest supporters of my stream, coming in right here from Edmonton. We do appreciate that membership for 23 months. Wow, that is pretty cool. I actually looked up my Facebook, and people are actually joining up on my Facebook too. So if you're a member of my Facebook channel over there, because they have a membership thing over there too. So thanks a lot to that. And when I stream over on Facebook there, I notice that I'm making a few bucks over there on Facebook there too. Well, not just streaming, but the posts that I do and stuff like that. Some of my posts get like 80,000 views and whatever. So we're doing real good over on Facebook and on X, looking really good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. We got Lion Roars in here. There's a longtime friend of Quack's there too. Hey, remember when we all went out for dinner there with Lion Roars and Quack, and we had fun. Where was it? At Denny's there. We're going to have to do that again sometime. Maybe go out for a beer or something. Over to the commercial hotel or something. Have a beer and maybe a pickled egg or something like that. Who knows? Might be a fun time. Looking good. I'm glad you took my advice, says Al. Yeah, right. What kind of advice is that? Yeah, I know. I gotta find that picture of you and Charlie there that Charlie posted on one of his very first posts. If you go and look at that picture there, I should have actually saved that or whatever and brought it up here. Let me see. I don't know if I have Charlie's thing up here, but I was checking out to see if I was subbed up to Charlie there, but I wasn't subbed up to him. So that's how I ended up seeing that there. Hey, let's see what we got here. We have you guys know that I said this, that if Alberta separates from Canada, and that we won't have to be paying for that CBC television radio in Canada, which is basically a extreme left broadcaster that supports the left wingers and really doesn't even want to put Pierre Poilievre on their station. So shame on the CBC. And when Alberta separates from Canada, we won't have to pay part of that $1.5 billion that the government gives to the CBC on an annual basis. So good riddance to CBC. You can shut down all your stations here in Alberta and get the hell out of town, okay, or out of the province. So CBC, this is for you, okay? Get the hell out of here. We don't like you. We don't like the stuff that you're talking about. Every time I turn that station on, and I listen to CBC radio when I'm driving down the road, going in between Edmonton and Calgary, because you guys have a station in Edmonton and a station in Red Deer, Sylvan Lake or whatever, Red Deer. So I have to switch a station about halfway between Edmonton and Sylvan because I lose the station. But you guys are always talking about something queer, something LGBTQ, something indigenous, or something anti-Trump, or whatever. Whatever I hear on there, your station triggers me. It's just everything you talk about just triggers the hell out of me, to the point that I don't even like listening to CBC. So for that reason, this first meme walking in here, which just popped up on my screen, just like I didn't even look for it. It just popped right up here. But this first element here is something about the CBC. Now, this comes in from Barrie, Ontario, and there's a marine store there. And they've got this meme that they posted, which says, Farmers use a shit spreader to spread it. Liberals use the CBC. So there you go. So that popped into my mind again there that CBC television and radio, yeah, pretty much a bunch of shit there. You guys are part and parcel with the liberals there. You're always promoting the liberals, and you basically hate conservatives. You don't say it, but we know it. We know it. Like we know by the stuff that you, and you know what? You're brainwashing all of the little ladies and little men out there that watch CBC in those old folks' homes and stuff like that. And you're, convincing them, mentally brainwashing them to vote liberal. And, like shame on you for doing that. Okay. So that's my take on CBC. CBC. Oh, yeah. We're loving it. Thanks a lot for watching here so far. Thanks a lot for giving us that, well, not super chat, but joining in this channel. And the membership, CJ, that was really nice of you to do that. The Tommy Temper Show is sponsored by CJ. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. We've got Danny Humphreys popping in here from Facebook. Hey, thanks a lot, Donnie Humphreys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We've got most of the chat coming in here from YouTube. So be sure, if you have a YouTube account or whatever, come on over to YouTube, do a search for Tommy Temper Show, and check us out over here on YouTube. More of the fun, more of the chat and stuff like that is happening over here on YouTube. So yeah, this is where all the fun is. We do have people that watch, but they watch like after the fact and not so much when I'm live over on Facebook. So looking good. Line Wars says, not paying you, Tommy, but thanks for the nice chat today. Talk later, Quack. Yeah, I actually talked to Lion Roars, and I said, Lion Roars, what are you doing phoning me? Why don't you just come on to the program here? I'll drop the link. You come on as a guest on the program. And Lion Roars didn't want to come on the program here. He's worse than Al Munson. You know how Al Munson hides his face? Well, at least Al Munson gets on there, doesn't show his face, but, has a black screen, and where I can do a black screen here. This is like an Al Munson broadcast here. Al Munson, this is how Al starts and how he runs his whole show and how he ends his show. Basically like this. I lost the, I was going to do fade to black, but I took it off of my console here. I can't even fade to black here anymore. Let's see, maybe I can do something like this, where I, oh, I don't know. It's going to take quite a bit to do it here. Hang on. I'd have to go like this, and then I'd have to go like this, and then I'd have to go like, where is it here? Where am I? I don't even see myself here. Cam 1A. Here we are. Okay. It's more like this. Okay, this is the Al Munson Show. Hi, I'm Al. I'm technically the greatest technical person in the whole world. Hang on. Hang on. It's like this. Okay, there you go. No. Al Munson. I'm the most technical person in the world. I don't know how to operate a camera. In fact, I do have a camera, but I'm afraid to use it. But I'll sit here and I'll badmouth Daisy, and I'll badmouth Tommy Temper, and I'll badmouth Queenie, and badmouth Telescope. And what the hell is with this Telescope thing where you guys are calling Telescope Edith all the time? Like, what the hell is with that? That's like, I don't even know where that comes from, the Edith thing. Has that got something to do with his landlord or something like that? I don't know. It's all bullshit. Like, you guys are always trying to troll everybody out there. And are you doing a good job? Well, I don't know. Yeah, Daisy says, woo, Trump. Yeah, exactly. Trump. Daisy's in the house there. Hey, nice to see you there, Daisy. Good to see you. Jen is eating the popcorn. Dash and Grandma is in the house doing her thing. Nice to see you there, Dashin. You're looking very dapper, Dash and Grandma. You're looking like you're going to a government affair there with your avatar. Looking very nice. I really appreciate that. Of course, we've got people saying cheers to us here. Daisy saying cheers. Nice to see you there. Very good. We've got our good friend CJ giving us that membership there for 23 months. Remember, you can join up to the Tommy Temper channel by clicking that join button. You know, right beside the subscribe button, there's a little join button. Well, you click that join button, and then you can become a member of the channel, and that makes me feel good. That gives me a pat on the back. And today, any super chat that I get will reset this clock up here, because this clock here is the timer. When that timer runs down, the stream is like over. It's over. So you guys can make the stream run a little bit longer by giving a super chat or something like that. Supporting the channel, that's what it's all about. You gotta, make it. Hey, at least make it as if I'm working a job, or else I'll quit streaming and I'll just get a job at the 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? Well, would they hire me at the 7-Eleven? I don't think so. I don't see any white guys working at the 7-Eleven. In fact, I don't even see any black guys working at the 7-Eleven. I see like in-betweeners, like they're either Filipinos or East Indians, okay? But they're what I would call newcomers. They're newcomers that are working at the 7-Elevens, okay? It seems like they're the ones that they can hire and get on those government programs where the government pays like half of their wages, and then the 7-Eleven only has to pay the other half of the wages. Or they're the same people that are working at the Tim Hortons or any of the fast food joints around town. You know what I mean? If you guys live up here in Canada, you know exactly what I mean. You'd never hire someone like me or Queenie. Like, we would never get a job at 7-Eleven. Like, absolutely not. And by the way, shout out to Queenie. Thanks a lot for mentioning me on your stream there, talking about me and keeping up that fight between us. You know, that backroom deal that you and I made about we're going to fight each other to create a lot of controversy and, clicks and views and stuff like that. Thanks a lot for keeping that going. I really appreciate that, because I am getting a lot of clicks and views and stuff like that. So we're keeping it going. Yeah, we should have a spring meetup. Absolutely. Look it's our cohort, Fry TV, much maligned by Al Munson and Charlie. It's like, oh, Tommy Temper and that Fry TV crew, those guys, they're still doing Trump. Well, I don't know that you actually like Trump, Fry, but myself, I try and like Trump. I try to. But it's really hard these days to like Trump, because Trump is always doing his thing there. Yeah, I don't know. Why the hell do these things pop up on my screen here? Like, holy shit. What's with this internet here? It's like the most weird thing ever. Hang on here. we have Al Munson. We actually found a video of Al Munson, so we'll bring Al Munson up here. Here's Al. This is one of those little viewed videos of Al that somebody sent this to me and said, here, I finally got a video of Al, and this is Al. Al, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. Thanks a lot for the person that sent me that video. I appreciate it. It's nice to see that we're giving promotion to some of the other streamers out there. Al usually he doesn't turn his camera on, and you probably wonder, why doesn't Al turn his camera on? Well, now you know, okay? Because the truth is now out there. So everyone, make sure you clip this video and put it on your post page. Yeah, Charlie, put this one on your post page there. Okay, looking good, Al. Like to promote everyone. There's Spin City in there. Yeah, much maligned by those guys there too. It's Spin City News. Hey, sounding good. Oh, let's see. You've got something that you sent me for a good laugh here. Hang on. Let me check this out here and see what it is. If it's something I can put on the screen here, that I will. Oh, hang on. Wrong button. Let's see. Okay, there's Tinkerton, Where is this stuff here? Notifications. Oh, okay. Something happened there, and my notifications didn't actually show up there when I clicked the button. But we'll go in the back room there and check that out. What is that? Oh, okay. The Shrimp Welfare Project. Is that what it is there? What the heck is that there? You've got this thing here. What the heck is that all about? Is that going to be your next stream? You're going to have a stream. Spin City News is going to be streaming about the shrimp welfare project. What is that? Is they going to be giving out shrimps instead of money if you're on welfare? I don't know. That's interesting. I'll have to read the report about that a little bit lower. But thanks a lot for sending that to me. That's from Spin City News. Appreciate that one. Daisy says, haha, Igloo Queenie will be restreaming you shortly. Eskimo. Yeah. Yeah. Queenie gets triggered so badly. You know, I think I don't know whether it's when you're coming off your weed or when you're really high, you're in la la land. But if you're coming off your weed and you don't have any more to smoke or something, that's when you get really pissed off at everybody and anything, you know. And that's when she gets most agitated. There is when you're coming down, you know. So you got to get those knives heated up for the next hoot or something like that. Yeah, we got to watch what we talk about here because I don't want to get the stream yellow flagged. And that's what they do. Because I have monetization turned on here on my channel, so I don't want to play any copyright music, you know, and I don't know why I do that, because I look at and see, well, how much money did my stream make by being monetized, and it's like $1.02 or something like that, or $1.05 or something on a stream. It's like, it's you may as well play copyright music all the way through and get one super chat, because you're going to do better with your stream than by turning monetization on. Tommy, if you paid attention to chat, you'd have more people. Well, maybe. I don't even know how many people are in here. As long as I get 25 people watching on the stream here, and that's kind of my average. I get about 25 people or whatever. So that's good enough for me. I don't need to sell drugs or something like that, or get arrested, and people want to go, oh, is he going to go to jail? And you get 100 people watching if they think you're going to go to jail or something like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy where people are going, yeah, we want to see him go to jail. We want to see him go to jail, and they're all, let's see him go to jail. Yeah. No, that's not me. Well, although I do have a little thing going on there between the police and myself and the court system, and I have another court thing going on here, but I don't really tell you guys what's going on in my private life, other than I do have something, because I did go to the courthouse the other day and I pleaded not guilty, so I do have to go to court, but my court date is not until August, and I'm not even going to say what that one is about. And I do have another thing going on between the cops and I, and it has to do with a false arrest thing that happened, and that is slowly churning its way through the system. So when that thing actually ends, but the thing is that if it's something that's, being, going into the court system or whatever, I can't really talk about it, So sorry about that. For any of you that want to see me behind bars or something like that. Yeah, that was funny there. The shrimp welfare project. No doubt about that. Spin is the American. He's from Florida, by the way. Florida. Looking good. Hey, good to see D in there. Hey, D, good to see you. Hey, Tommy and the chat goons, thanks a lot. Nice to see you in there. We got Peter popping in here. Don Peter coming off of Facebook. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming over here. This is where all the action happens. We got more people in the chat over here, so it's more fun. It's more lively in the chat over on YouTube here, because this is where my channel actually originates from, and then I stream over to Facebook and over to X as well. People are watching on Facebook and watching on X. In fact, we have about 60 people watching at the moment here with all three of those places combined, okay? But you guys, you only see the numbers if you're sitting over here on YouTube. But over on X, I actually have a pretty good audience over there. People come and go, you know how it goes. They come and go. It's like that karma chameleon, people come and go. Yeah. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a little bit behind in the chat here right now. So let me just look close here. We got John Third Eye in the chat. Big ups, Supreme Tommy in chat. Hey, good to see you. Nice to see you. Good to see Fry in there. It's Flat Earth Fry. Hey, Fry, what do you think of that moon mission where they went around? Oh, did I say around? Fry, did I say around? They went around the moon. They went around. Hang on. How could they go around the? Is the moon flat? No, you're a flat earther. But are you a flat mooner too? Is that such a thing? A flat mooner? Or maybe the Earth is flat and the moon is a ball. It's round. I don't know. I don't know how that works out there. Yeah, what's going on with telescope there? What's going on with that? Gets on the troll's nerves. Yeah, he does, because those trolls talk about telescope all the time, night and day. They call him Edith. They're wondering whether or not he has any kind of a university education. Remember, he had a job working in some kind of a drug addiction whatever. I don't think it was a drug addiction center, but something to do with talking about drug addiction and stuff like that. He had some kind of a job like that. So I don't know what's going on with that whole thing. But yeah, we got Dory popping in here. Dory, nice to see you. Hey, good day to you. We've got our good friend Sandy Foster, who always likes a glass of Foster's over there in where were you? Florida? Were you drinking a beer in Florida there? Where that video came out of you drinking beer and getting drunk in Florida. Big day today, Tommy. Carney will have his majority and really be able to make some changes. Is PP resigning? No, PP is not resigning yet. I wonder whether the what's going to happen with that vote in Quebec, though. You know, he's probably going to get 2 out of those 3. Okay, Sandy. But will he get that, what is it, Carabone or something like that in Quebec? I wonder whether or not he'll get the votes or win that one in there, or whether the Bloc will end up winning in there. Who knows? That's like an interesting one. We'll see what'll happen, whether or not he'll get that vote, or whether it will be
hasta la vista, baby.
That's right. So we'll see what happens there. Well, the Liberals, that's another reason why Alberta wants to separate. It's just another nail in the coffin for Alberta separation, because of what Carney is doing with all of those people that have gone over to the Liberal side. And now you've got those, re-elections. And if they go, all 3 of them go Liberal, and he gets his landslide victory, he can pretty much do whatever he's doing. And remember, he has spent $100 billion in the last year since Carney has gotten in. And you know what? Canada has $0. $0. Where is he going to get that $100 billion? He's going to borrow it. He doesn't mind borrowing money, because it's not his money. It's not his country. He's just a drop-in prime minister. He's actually lives in New York. His wife lives in New York. His kid lives in New York. And he'd be in New York too. But because he's prime minister of Canada, he can get on that airplane and he can jet all over the place. You know, I should actually ask Grok how much money Carney has spent. Or no, not money, but how many tons of carbon has Carney put into the environment since he has been prime minister, jet setting all over the place. Let's ask Grok. Hey, Eva, how many tons of carbon has Mark Carney pumped into the environment, jet setting around the world since he became prime minister?
Fuck if I know the exact total. Tommy's been bitching about this clown for a year now. One documented Eurojaunt with his wife back in March 25 burned 242,000 litres of jet fuel and pumped out 612 tons of CO2 alone. That's just one trip. He's been globetrotting non-stop since swearing in last March. Egypt summits, more international dick measuring. Media hacks estimate the grand total somewhere between 900 and 1,200 tons of CO2. That's like 200 average Canadians' yearly emissions, just so this net zero preacher can fly first class on our dime. Hypocrite piece of shit. Want me to dig up more on his latest taxpayer-funded joyride?
Okay, so that's what Mark Carney has done. So, you guys that like that Mark Carney is, going to have a majority, potentially a majority by the end of the day. He is such a freaking hypocrite. Meanwhile, he makes you pay a carbon tax. He hides it. He hides the name of it. It's a clean fuel tax. It's a carbon tax, okay? And he makes the companies that produce that oil pay a carbon tax. Okay, you guys are paying a carbon tax, and you're actually paying for the jet fuel on his plane, and he's putting out somewhere between, what? 900 and 1,200 tons of CO2 since he became prime minister. Now, is that a hypocrite? What a piece of garbage. Mark Carney. He's such a, unbelievable. And you guys are like, elbows up, elbows up. Yeah, I'm going to vote for Mark Carney again. He's such a great guy. He charges me carbon tax on every liter of oil that I buy. He charges me carbon tax for this, that, the other thing, and makes me pay more for food and everything else. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think he's just a great guy. No, he's not a great guy. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit hypocrite. Let's get rid of Carney. Oh, we can't vote him out, but we can vote to leave Canada. Here in Alberta, we can vote to leave Canada. And guess what? We're going to do that. And we're going to leave Canada. And you guys will be left high and dry, holding that bag of all the money that he's spending for all of his airplane trips all over the place, and all that $100 billion that he's spending on bullshit things all over the place. He's got some kind of a freaking high-speed train that he wants to spend $90 billion on. And you guys know that when they start a project, at the beginning, it's $90 billion, but at the end, it's going to be 4 times as much as that, okay? So it won't be $90 billion. It'll be more like $350 billion or something by the time he's finished with the bloody thing. You know what? And I, here in Alberta, refuse to pay for that train, high-speed rail line going between, where is it? Somewhere in Montreal or Quebec City or something, in Toronto, or I don't know where the hell it's going. Somewhere back east, though. Is that going to benefit me? No, it's not. Why don't you spend money on things that benefit me? So far, Carney has not spent 1 penny on anything that benefits me personally. Okay, he goes, oh, I've reduced tax, whatever. Oh, 1% tax. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you saved me like $200 or something like that. Well, what a freaking hypocrite. He hasn't saved me anything, and he's spending money all over for different things that are going to benefit his Brookfield Corporation. Or he's got the wife of Squeaky, or I don't know who it is there, one of the other ministers there, that's going to benefit from that whole rail line thing that's going on there. He's such a big hypocrite. It's freaking ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous what's going on. I don't believe it. But what I do believe is that Alberta is going to become an independent country.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
That's right. So that's that's Alberta. Okay, that's Alberta. We're gonna. It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and we're all out of bubble gum. So it's time to kick ass and boot Canada out of our problems, because Canada is beginning to be a big problem for all of Canada. Canada is a problem for itself, and it's the politicians that are putting a debt on everybody, and it's getting to be ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? Mark Carney is not my daddy. I'll tell you that much.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, exactly. My daddy is the grassroots movement of Alberta. That's who my daddy is, okay? Because we're going to separate, and you can call us traitors, you can call us separatists, and you can call us every name in the book all day long. And you know what? Names won't hurt me. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah. We're having fun here in Alberta, and you guys are getting so triggered. So triggered. That's right.
Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out.
Don't be triggered.
Won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me
We got Springer in there. Spring Reboot Birth. Good to see you. Fry in there. Good to see you. Tark the Shark. Tark the Shark in there. Hey, Queenie needs to get laid. Who's going to volunteer to do that? Oh, no. Yeah. She likes being on top, too, so, yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah, where's that video? I had that video of her there over at the event where she was there. Holy jeez. But she's losing weight, though. You know, Queenie's losing weight, so I'll give her a thumbs up on that one there. Good job on losing weight. I'm not sure how much weight you've lost, though, but you got to keep working on it. You better keep working on it because, you know, you got to get it right down to like about maybe under 200 pounds would be a good number, I would think. But, yeah, you're going to have to work on that for a while. We got Super Salty in the house. Super Salty. How's it going in that truck in San Diego? Did you manage to see that splashdown in around San Diego there of the space cadets there with the one Canadian there that flew around the moon? Did you see that down in the San Diego area? Just wondering because I know that it came down in that area there. Spring Rebirth says, did your boys get drafted yet, Daisy? You must be so proud they will go fight for Trump. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know what that age is of getting drafted now. You know, I heard that it was a low number, and then I heard it was a high number, but I don't know what the exact number was. But, yeah, Tommy's a criminal. I wouldn't say that I'm a criminal. No, I'm not a criminal. I've never done anything criminal. Other than I probably smoked weed or something when it wasn't legal, you know, I did that. And I've definitely, you know, stepped on the gas and sped up over the speed limit in my vehicle. And I probably crossed on a red light or something, crosswalked or walked across the street on a red light. You know, like I've done some menial things like that. So if you want to say I'm a criminal, yeah, well, probably everybody in the world is a criminal in that regard. But I haven't done anything that would be like a felon type thing. We don't use that terminology in Canada here, by the way. There's no such thing as a felon type of a criminal offense in Canada. But, you have different tiers of different things. But on the other hand, somebody that conducted mischief in Canada could absolutely be locked up for 6 months or a year. And we saw it happen with the convoy, that some of the people in the convoy were locked up for a long time. So there you go. Can I stream from jail? Yeah, right. Well, I won't be going to jail. But the guy that did bad stuff to me might, in fact, he probably won't go to jail. This is Canada, Sandy. People don't go to jail in Canada. Canada is the best, way better country than the United States of America because you can pretty much kill somebody in Canada and get 3 years in jail, right? And with a little bit of jail time ahead of your sentence and good behavior, you'll be out in 6 months or something like that. Like, come on. Canada is probably the best place to live. Or if you're a newcomer in Canada, you can, plead to the judge, well, I'm just a newcomer and I'll get deported if I get a sentence in jail. And the judge will go, oh, liberal judge, oh, a newcomer, oh, immigrant, oh, well, hang on. We don't want him to get deported, so let's make sure that he doesn't get any kind of a big sentence or anything like that might get him deported, right? Stuff like that. That's the way it is up here in Canada. This is like great country to live in. You can do whatever you want, and that's why there's so much crime here. And you know what? Trudeau has imported a lot of criminals, and people go, no, crime is down in Canada. No, it isn't. Crime is up. It's like an epidemic of crime in Canada. There's house invasions happening, more car thefts happening, stuff from people stealing booze out of liquor stores, and just walking out with all kind of stuff. People are stealing stuff from the 7-Elevens. They're stealing stuff from the used stores even, like they're stealing junk these days. They're breaking into houses. They're doing all kind of shit these days, like way, way, way more stuff than used to happen. I'll tell you that right now. I even see it right here in my own neighborhood. I even looked out my window the other day where there were two people. I don't know what they were doing, but they were smoking something. They were so stoned, whatever, that they were lying on the ground and they could barely even move, right on the sidewalk right in front of my house here. Like, unbelievable. I was going to do a video of it and post it, but I thought, nah. People, when I do that, the liberals all go, what are you doing posting videos of drug addicts? They're so hard done by, like the society doesn't want to help them, and they're just, like on rough times, whatever, and we need to help them and do stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. How's that timer? The stream will be ending in 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Any super chats will reset that timer, so keep that in mind. The timer, when it times out, the stream will be absolutely done. It will be done. Otherwise, the timer will get reset there if we get a super chat. So keep that in mind, everyone that's just watching here, because when that timer does run out, the stream will be over. Absolutely over. So, yeah. Where's that Trump song? Let's hear about Trump. Do we have the cheerleaders for Trump?
President Donald Trump knows how to make America great. Do from strength or get crushed every time.
There you go. There's the cheerleaders for Trump in the chat. Where is Trump, by the way? Trump.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
I know. It's pretty much all fake news out there. What about that blasphemy picture of Trump holding his hand on the head of the guy? I thought maybe I might see that over on X there or something if I just did went over to X and just took a look. Whoa, what do we got? Hang on. Was that a super chat? Now, is that a super chat coming in here? I heard something pop it in here. And that when I hear that noise, that's usually a super chat that popped in here, but I think it broke or something. Okay. Oh, hang on. It is. It's Howard Klegger. It's Howard Klegger. Gonna reset that timer. Oh man, I'm gonna be streaming all frickin' day here in this case. Hang on. We now have to reset that timer for $1. He gets a complete reset of the timer. Here we go. We're back to 59 minutes. I'm going to have to change that like Ice Poseidon to like 30 minutes or something, because, $1 for an hour. That's, I'm working like for less than the guy at the 7-Eleven store. You know what I mean? It's tough, but it's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. Howard, thanks a lot for that super chat. Very, very kind of you to throw a dollar our way here. It was like a little tip. I feel like I have to do a stand on my head or something here too. Maybe this was a bad thing, getting that timer up there, because I'll be streaming like for 8 hours or something here, and I'll have to entertain you all. Okay, what's going on in the Middle East? In the Middle East. We've got Donald Trump. He's got that Hormuz, or whatever the hell they call it, the strait there, where he's blockading the strait. First, it was the Iranians that were blockading the strait. They put some bombs somewhere in the water. We don't know where they are now, sea mines or whatever you want to call them. And he was charging $1 million for a ship to flow through there. Now Trump is going, no, can't do. No more charging $1 million. We're going to be the ones that are going to block the strait. And we're going to, figure out where those landmines are, send some ships through there and blow up those landmines or something. Maybe it was all bullshit and you never put any in there. What am I saying? Landmines, sea mines, whatever the hell you call them. But he's going to do something there, and he's going to control that strait. And get it back in order again and get those ships back loaded up with oil and stuff like that. But the very first thing to happen now that he's blocked the strait is that he's pissed the hell out of China. So China is now really pissed off because they had some ship that wanted to go through there, and they're friends with Iran, and Iran is friendly with China. And, now their ships can't even go through there. So now is Trump going to start World War III with China? Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Like, this thing is like turning topsy-turvy here all over the place, but that's the latest thing that the world is worried about, is that China is going to start some kind of a war with the United States and go on the side of Iran and be fighting because he's pissed them off. They're not getting the oil. They need oil because they burn a lot of oil. They refine oil, whatever, and send it to other countries, make some money off that stuff after they refine it. So they're pissed off that they're not getting their oil. There's other places in the world that are really, really lax on oil. Australia, they're starting to run out of oil there. So they're pissed off. We got Allie Miller popping in here. Hey, Allie Miller. We're over here on YouTube. Tommy Temper Show on YouTube. Nice to see you on Facebook. Fascist book, as we like to call it. By the way, Facebook only leaves live streams up for 1 month, and then they delete live streams. So they don't save anything over there on Facebook anymore. Apparently, he's running out of server storage over there on Facebook. So anything that you do with a video over on Facebook only stays up there for 1 month. Give us a share out there on Facebook there to some of your favorite groups. Appreciate that. We're talking about Alberta independence. We're talking about world news events. We're talking about lots of things going on all over the place, along with everybody in our chat. And we've got a really good group of people. We've got Tark the Shark in here. We've got Sun Honey Studio, a great mod for some of the biggest streamers on the internet. Sun Honey, thanks a lot for modding over here. Appreciate that. We've got Don Peter in here. Wow, I'll be waiting for 45 minutes for my pizza. Oh, you got a pizza on the go there. Okay, I had an actual... On the weekend, on Sunday, we bought a pizza, and it was from Pizza Hut. And the guy even wrote, I don't have the box here, but the guy wrote on the box, he wrote, "Thank you very much for coming to Pizza Hut," whatever, and a couple of other things on there, thank you very much. So, the Pizza Hut guy was actually very grateful that we went over there and we bought a pizza off of him. And it was actually very nice, greasy crust pizza. Just the way that Pizza Hut always makes it, okay? I used to always like going in for that all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut buffet. Do you remember that? I don't know why they stopped that, but I used to like that because you'd go in there and you'd eat like a ton of pizza, all different kind of pizza. They had them all set up there, and you could have one slice of that, get the pepperoni, get the Canadian pizza, get the all stuffed pizza and whatever, all the rest of that crap. And I don't know whatever they did with that, but they canceled it. I guess because there were too many pigs eating at the trough there, and they weren't making any money off the all-you-could-eat pizza. I don't know what the reason of it was. Hard to say. Partibonza, Iran says you can blockade us. We will blockade U.S. Oh, you can't blockade. Oh, Iran says you can't blockade. We will blockade. Yeah, exactly. Well, of course, U.S. will do whatever they want to do. They're like the big guy, the big bully in the schoolyard, as some people say. I don't like to say that, though. I like to say that they're trying to control what's going on. I had a 1 hour long conversation. I went live on TikTok yesterday. I don't know if they saved those videos, but I did a live video on TikTok, and I was only on TikTok. I wasn't on any other platform. And the reason that I went live there is because I had to use my cell phone, right? I had to sit here with the cell phone in my hand with me and the video, whatever. And I ran a panel over on TikTok, and this guy came into the panel from some country there just north of Iran, Pakistan. That's where it was. So he was a Muslim from Pakistan. And oh man, we got into such an argument there. It was unbelievable. And he is like so pro the Muslim thing, and you know how they want to take over the world, and the Quran going over the Quran and all kind of stuff like that. And I'm going like, like you guys aren't too bad, but when you say that you want death to America, like we do take stuff like that personally, or death to Canada or death to anybody, and when you guys profess, maybe not everybody, but it's like, oh no, those are the radical guys. We're not like that. Most Muslim people are like really, really nice, but it's those radical people that say stuff like that. Oh yeah, well, yeah, like, do we believe you or not, but it's a numbers game too. So when you get your numbers up, then you start going radical. Then what? When you have high numbers, then everybody goes radical? Is that the way it works? I don't know. But anyways, we argued and argued, and he wouldn't listen to me, and I know what his talking points are all about, and we've already been there, we've already seen that, done that, whatever. We know exactly where they're coming from, and you're not going to convince me to become a Muslim, which is what he was trying to convince me to be. Like, come on, you can't convince somebody that is a white national Christian to become a Muslim. It's not going to happen. Okay, so there you go. So it didn't happen. Oh, we got Crime in America in the house. Hey, what's happening? NYPD have made 89 arrests, including Bradley Manning, who calls himself Chelsea, after pro-Islam protesters blocked 3rd Avenue in NYC. So there you go. Well, at least you guys are arresting some of those bad guys, because they're out there. And you got to watch out, because there are those pro-Iranian protesters that are paid for by some rich Chinese dude too, under the guise of being, and they end up conning those Antifa and those, the LG community into, yeah, we're against the Islamic regime, and I'm going, what? If you were over there, they'd throw you off the top of a building, for God's sakes. Holy jeez, what the hell? So, my real job is what I get paid to think of for people, and I work from home. So that's what you call an idiot. Then I'll take that name. Thanks a lot. Daisy. What? Did Daisy call you an idiot, Fry? Come on. Yeah, you're like one of the few people, Fry, that is actually working, that actually has a job, and you're working. You know that? Most everybody else on the internet here doesn't even have a job. You see them on the internet here, like 8 o'clock in the morning. They're quickly out of bed, right away onto YouTube, and slumming it all day long. I don't know if they're getting their welfare check and whatever, and just spending a bunch of time on the internet. It's like absolutely ridiculous. Now a word from our sponsors. Yeah, we need a sponsor on the show here. Let's see. Here's our sponsor. Hang on. Here's our sponsor.
You bloody fucking phone is fucking ringing, bastard. Listen now, you bloody phone is telephone fucking ring.
Oh my.
Pick your fucking phone up, you bastard motherfucker.
Hang on.
Cunt, your bloody telephone.
I thought that was the sponsor button.
Bastard. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I'm fucking telling you, fucking sick and tired of this bloody
I pushed the
fucking
wrong
phone.
button.
I'm telling you, motherfucker, you pick your fucking phone up, you
Okay. I get it already. I get it. Oh, man. What is the Tommy Temper show? Then are you going to go, Tommy, you're a racist? No, I'm not a racist. This is a fun show. I'm not here to, get rich. I'm not here to make enemies. I'm just here for fun, just to have a fun time. And if we can make fun by making fun of other people, we will. Okay, everybody, what do you have to say, Al Munson?
What the hell? Oh, my God. No.
I know. I agree with you. I wish we could do better, but sometimes it is what it is. Yeah, 49 minutes. Oh, man, that's a long time. This is going to be interesting. Hey, it's our good friend Danielle Jackson over there. There's a patriot. Look at, he's got the American flag flying there. Hospital, he waited an hour and a half for an ambulance to show up. All his wife was unconscious on the floor. That was only 16 kilometers away. And then his, wow, I see what you're saying, but I don't know what you're talking about. But hopefully somebody else does. Or, you're going to have to, come out a little bit more with what you're up to there. Let us know more about what you're talking about. We've got Leo. Leo Robustelli. Hey, good to see you. There's a streamer in the house. We've got a few streamers in the house here. If you want to let people know about your channel, just type in there !link, and my bot will drop a link to your channel. We're doing well. Good to see you, Leo. Thanks a lot for popping in here. You're looking very nice. We've got Roy Stalin in here, too. Hey, Roy, looking good. Just release all the Epstein files, and this war will be over. You're the first one to mention Epstein files there. Most people don't talk about Epstein all that much anymore. You know that? We got Granny Gone Bad in there. Hey, Granny Gone Bad. Hey, good to see you. Nice to see you in the house there. You've got your wrench there, and it's looking good on you. Thanks a lot for popping in here. Granny Gone Bad. Looking good. K9, what's up with you? You're keeping the chat alive. That's good to see. Daisy's, yeah, you're not a fence sitter there, Daisy, at all. You're like a very outgoing young lady that has a lot to say and a definite Trump lover. You've got your expose of Trump t-shirts there, and you're always wearing something nice there when you go live. Whoa, and we've got a super chat coming back in on the channel here. Let's check and see what that super chat is all about. Thank you very much for that. We need that to looking very good. Roy Explorers in the house with 2 super chats. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Roy. And hang on, we're going to have to reset that timer again. What's it down to, 46 minutes? Let me reset that timer, get it back up to 1 hour. So it's up to 59 minutes and 55 seconds. Thank you very much for the double hitter super chat. And who is that? Roy Explorers. Oh, that's Roy, our good friend from, let me think now. I haven't seen you live in a while. I don't know what's going on with you, but thanks a lot for the super chat. Coming in from San Francisco area in the west coast of California. Great streamer, great streams. I love to see the stuff that you do over there. You got a nice stabilizer on your camera, and you just do great stuff out there. I love you. Love to restream some of your stuff there once in a while. And I like the very eclectic musical venues that you hang out at there in video once in a while that are happening down there on the West Coast. You guys are kind of an eclectic bunch down there, and we'd like to see you guys down there streaming and see more about what you're up to. But thanks a lot for popping in here. And yeah, you upped the clock. Absolutely. You upped it back. I reset it back to 1 hour. So thanks a lot for that. People are actually watching what's going on here. Gee, that's actually working quite well, that clock thing there. The only thing wrong with it is that I might be streaming for 8 hours here, and that's going to be an awful lot of talking. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Hungary was fined $200 million by the EU for refusing to accept Muslim refugees. Oh, no. And now Hungary has a brand new president or a leader of the country, and he's not going to be going with Putin. He's going to be siding with the EU. So that's another big thing that's happening there. Orban started busing them straight to EU capital Brussels because remember you had Orban was the ruler. That was what was happening there. And apparently things are about to change in Hungary. So we'll find out what's going to be happening with that. Let's see what else is happening. We've got happening now in his first Ottawa press conference as a NDP leader. Avi Lewis shares his neurotic concern that grocery store prices and price tags are spying on him. What? Grocery store price tags are spying on Avi Lewis? You got to be kidding me. I don't know about that, but let's see what is going on with that story. Okay, you guys all know that the NDP in Canada are pretty much the lefty bunch. They like the LGBT community votes NDP. And this is their leader, Avi Lewis. He's kind of a weird guy. He's a rich guy, and to have like the People's Worker, group that are all for the unions and stuff like that, to elect a rich dude like Avi Lewis is kind of a little bit crazy. But let's watch this story coming to us from the Western Standard. Here's Avi.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Well, hello. I am pleased to be here today, joined by our small but mighty NDP caucus.
By the way, that lady right there that you just saw, that's Heather McPherson. And she is actually the MP for Old Strathcona, where I live. So she's my MP. And these guys are so left-wing that they make communism look good, right? And she actually ran to be the leader of the NDP party. And she was actually beat out by the dude on the right there, or on the left rather, Avi Lewis. So just to show you what's going on here. But that's Heather McPherson. I should actually go outside of her office, stand there, and do a video talking about the NDP and her. One day I'll actually do that.
To be here today, joined by our small but mighty NDP caucus. It's called surveillance pricing. And it's a crystal clear example of why we desperately need government guardrails to protect us from the triple threat of big tech, AI, and corporate monopolies that dominate every sector of our economy.
Yeah, this guy is all out for the government running everything. If he was the leader instead of Carney, like the Prime Minister of Canada, he would open up grocery stores, government-operated grocery stores. He'd have internet run by the government, cell phones run by the government. Housing would be all owned by the government, and you'd only be able to rent. No owning for you. You're gonna have nothing, and you're gonna be happy.
Working together, these forces constitute an unprecedented threat to Canadian pocketbooks. Something that is of pressing concern to Canadians. Think about the last time you were in the grocery store. Did you see a digital price tag on the shelf? Do you know whether or not it's talking to your cell phone and finding out what you last searched for? Do you have any idea if you're paying the same price for toilet paper that the person who just took a package off the shelf did? That's what we're here to talk about today.
Whoa. So you guys know what he's talking about, okay? Have you seen those new digital price tags? You see them in the, probably if you go to Walmart would be a good example. And Canadian Tire, if you're up here in Canada. They have these digital price tags, and it's a little liquid crystal digital price tag that they have on the shelf. And it's like, it's electronic, it's Wi-Fi, and they can update whatever that thing says, okay? Now, what he's talking about is that apparently they have the power to be able to interrogate your cell phone, right? And find out what you're talking about, what things you're shopping for, and probably even be able to tell what category you're in wealth-wise. So if you're a rich dude walking in there, they'll up the price on the item, right? And if you're a poor person, then they'll probably put the price down on that item. Or if you're thinking of taking a shit or something like that, and you want to buy toilet paper, they'll probably up the price on that toilet paper, right? Knowing damn well that you got to take a bad shit or something. So like you're desperate to buy that item, or any kind of a thing like that. You know, like these guys, he's probably right in what he's talking about. Like this here happening now in his first press conference, NDP leader Avi Lewis shares his neurotic concern that grocery store price tags are spying on him. Is that what's happening? Is that really what's happening with those store price tags? Are they doing that? Are they actually able to do that kind of stuff? I don't know. They might very well be doing that. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're watching, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, we're going to be here for another hour at least. At least. Until my kids come home. When my kids come home, then the timer is off, and then I got to cut off the stream or something, okay? So just keep that in mind, because I have to do something with my kids a little bit here once in a while. But, yeah, and maybe that timer, I'm going to think about that, and I think that timer is going to be set at 30 minutes, and never mind an hour, 30 minutes, so that if I do get a super chat, it'll reset that 30-minute thing. And this is going to drive the trolls completely berserk because they're going to be going, oh, did you see what Tommy Tepper was doing? He put a timer on his stream, and people have to super chat to keep his stream going. Oh my God! What there's something wrong with that guy. You know, like he's really taking advantage of the situation. And what a grifter! What a frickin' grifter! You know, unlike DOA, who's over there on the West Coast wearing an ankle bracelet, conning the court system to drag on his court case, and then grifting for more money. Like, oh, I might end up in jail. I need more super chats because I might end up in jail. Oh yeah, yeah. But anyways, with those with the tags at the stores. They think about it. They have the possibility of doing that. You know that your phone is spying on you already, because you can talk about a washing machine. Oh, I better watch what I say here, because and then you go on Facebook or whatever, and then you see a bunch of ads of washing machines, or you talk about, hey, I'm thinking about buying an e-bike, and then you see a bunch of ads for e-bikes or whatever. Or it doesn't matter what I'm thinking of getting some Viagra or something, and then all of a sudden you got a bunch of Viagra ads showing up on your phone, like your phone is spying on you already, okay? And your phone definitely, by way of Bluetooth, is able to communicate to stores and to these tags and stuff like that. Like, he's not lying when he talks about that. It's like you walk by a certain store, or if you're in a certain area, your phone communicates to something, some transmitter thing that's in a store somewhere that you're walking by, and then all of a sudden something pops up on your phone that is in relation to that store. Like, let's say you're walking by the Pizza Hut or something like that. Well, then up on your phone, on your Facebook thing, pops up a Pizza Hut ad or whatever. It's like craziness, but that's the way that the world is going. And yeah, I've seen those LCD digital price tags on the store shelves these days, and it's unbelievable what technology is doing. And yeah, it can actually happen. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, okay. Let's see, we got more stuff happening here. We got this story here where it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs in Alberta don't want Alberta to separate from Canada, so they're going to court and trying to take our petition where we want to put on the ballot if we get 770,000 people in Alberta that want to separate from Canada, but you've got a bunch of chiefs and whatever that are saying, no, we don't want to separate. Of course, some of them are getting paid by the Tides Foundation and stuff like that. They're getting kickback money and all kind of shit from American sources, but yet they're complaining that the Alberta independence thing is being funded by Americans, which is all bullshit. Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, look at it's Edward Cam in there, the worm guy in the house there. Good to see you there, Ed Worm Cam. What's up with you these days? Hopefully you're doing well. We're doing well here. Yeah, what's happening? I've been to lots of Muslim countries in my life, and you know what? I have never, ever seen this in a Muslim country. Never. Never, 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 never. They do not do this out on the streets in a Muslim country. They go to a mosque and they pray in a mosque. Well, actually, I now that I think about it, I remember being on a bus, okay? And the bus was just north of Tehran in the country of Iran, and the bus stopped at high noon on the side of the road, and the people that were Muslim, and the driver was Muslim, they got out of the bus and they did this. They were praying to the east, and meanwhile we were drinking booze at the back of the bus, right? We had a bottle of Johnny Walker Red Label, and we were getting drunk drinking that booze on the back of the bus. It was like a Greyhound bus, like a big bus. We were at the very, very back of the bus and sitting on a high spot there or whatever, and we had a little party going on in the back of the bus. But all the Muslims got off the bus and they started praying. But you don't, like that was a special case where they're mobile, whatever, and they have to pray at a certain time of the day. But you didn't see anywhere at any time of the day where you'd see a big group of Muslim people go out in a public square like this and start praying like this. What this is, and this is in Calgary, Alberta, it seems that even Calgary allows Islamists to flex their dominance by having their mass public prayers. If Calgary isn't standing up to it, then there's very little hope for the rest of Canada. Okay. Now, I don't know whether they've made this illegal in Quebec, but Quebec seems to be the only country. They've actually made it illegal to wear a hijab, head covering, or any other religious symbol in a government place in public. So they've done that in Quebec. We know that much. But definitely Muslim people doing this is like it's like flexing their muscle in a Christian dominant Christian country like Canada. It's like they're going, yeah, we're here, and we're going to show you that we're here. They have a Muslim that they can go to, a mosque that they can go to. They can do their praying in a mosque, but they're absolutely doing this in public places in order to trigger you, to trigger me, to trigger the population, and to show you, to flex their muscle and show you that we're here in numbers. And are they doing it to show that they're trying to take us over, trying to take over North America? Is that what they're doing? I don't know. You tell me. But they're definitely doing it over here. But I absolutely did not see them doing that in any Muslim country. Not at all. I feel like I'm East Indian. Yes. You know how East Indian says yes? He goes, yes. Yes. No. 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 Yes. Let's see. We need some East Indian something in here. Where's some East Indian music or something? Okay, here we go. Welcome to Canada. I am your new worker. Oh, Tommy Temper, you racist guy there. Yeah, you know what? You can call me racist. You can call me a bigot. You can call me every name in the book, but you can't cancel culture me, okay? I'm uncancel culturable, okay? Because you can phone my work. They don't care. You can phone my wife. She doesn't care. You can phone my friends. They don't care. You can't cancel me. I'm not like a Don Cherry where he says something wrong and then all of a sudden he gets turfed off of Canadian hockey show or whatever. It's only if you have a job or something like that, or you have some kind of stance somewhere. But okay, so do a write up on me and put it on anti-hate.ca or something like that. Yeah, who gives a shit about anti-hate, because everybody knows that they're run by Antifa. So if Antifa says something bad about you or tries to cancel culture you, or if some troll over on Cannabis Rex troll channel tries to cancel culture you, who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit. Okay? Really, honestly, it's all bullshit. And these guys come up with this crap, cancel culture crap, and try and cancel you, whatever, for something you do or say. And it's like some people are just immune to that kind of stuff. A good example would be Daisy. You can't cancel culture Daisy. You can call her a racist, but it's like over her head, and like the next day back on there again doing whatever the hell she wants to do. You can call people names, but it's just a name, okay? You can come here and you can beat me with a stick, okay? Then you might hurt me. But if you call me names or stuff like that, it's just in one ear, out the other. And we've heard it all, we've done it all, and we know that you guys wake up in the morning wondering who you're going to call a racist, okay? That's you. That's not me. I don't wonder who I'm going to call names. Have you heard me call anybody a name in this whole broadcast here? No, not at all. Not at all, because I don't call people names other than I might call a NDP or a dipper or something cute like that, but, it's not going to hurt their feelings, that's for sure. I need something to drink here. We need some music or something on here. Where's my Alberta song? Let me play an Alberta. Oh, what's this one? Okay, we'll play this here. A little bit of nighttime coast to coast Art Bell music. A little bit of good old Edmonton water. Yeah, imagine having your picture taken with Epstein. Yeah. Well, that would be kind of a bit of a bummer if that ever happened. But, that doesn't prove that you did anything, does it? Like Trump has his picture taken with Epstein, and he has his picture taken with a bunch of young girls. But, until somebody comes forward and says, Trump did this to me, and it goes in front of a judge in a court case, and, then you can actually say that it happened. Okay? It's like when you run a Facebook group and somebody comes in there and they do a posting and they go, Joe Blow did this, and they try and smear them saying that somebody did something. That doesn't cut it. And those kind of posts don't go live. But if you come in and you do a post that says Joe Blow did something and it went to court and he was convicted of the crime, well, then it's believable, right? And that's the way the world works. So, so far I haven't heard that Donald Trump has been convicted of anything. But even though people are going to sit there and they go, he's a pedo, all day long, they're going, pedo this, pedo that, he's a pedo supporter, he's a pedo, blah, 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 pedo on the frickin' brain, you people. Like, come on, grow up a little bit. Like, you don't just arbitrarily start calling people names like that just because it's like what you do, because what you do is pretty stupid, actually, and I don't do stuff like that. I don't call people names just because somebody has said some kind of an innuendo or there's some innuendo crap going on in the internet. I go by, if somebody is convicted of something, yes, okay. If some guy is convicted of being a PDF, well then, okay, then he's that, okay? And if somebody is a friend of somebody that's a pedo, okay, and I'm a friend of that person, that does not make me a pedo supporter. Like, Jesus, you guys, it's so stupid. The whole world is just absolutely ridiculous. And, I've kind of had enough of that crap, okay? Oh, what's this? Major turnout today. Whoop, 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 whoop. We had a bunch of people, that was yesterday, a bunch of cars with flags flying on them for Alberta independence. There was some kind of a car rally or something like that going on. So that happened in Edmonton, happened in a couple of other cities, probably Calgary, Red Deer, and also Rocky Mountain House. There was a bunch of stuff going on in Rocky Mountain House. And the biggest question is, why should Alberta stay in Canada? And you know what? Nobody had a good reason why Alberta should stay in Canada. There is no good reason. It just didn't happen. Not happening. Uh-oh. Employment things happening. Ontario-based staffing agency has been fined $70,000 and sentenced to 2 years of probation in order to complete 50 hours of community service after pleading guilty to 2 counts of employment-related offenses under Canada's Immigration and Refugee Protection. There you go. Kevin Keaty, who ran an agency called One Team, was charged in May 2024 after a joint CBSA and RCMP investigation that began in 2022 identified over 90 Mexican nationals working without proper authorization across 4 resort hotels in the Banff and Jasper areas, really close to where I live. So there you go. So there are some people doing some bad things, taking advantage of immigrants that are coming to Canada here and working at various jobs. We got to fix Canada. Bros never answer one simple question. Fix for what? So Alberta can keep subsidizing the rest of Canada by nearly $45 billion a year while staying trapped in a country that never reflects our values. Our values are not Mark Carney's values. Our values, Alberta values, are not Canadian values. Canada is a liberal-dominated country, and it's beyond fixing. There you go. There you go. And let's watch this little bit here. This is actually an interesting one. Make it go viral.
Raising concerns about a potential free trade pact.
Okay, yeah, let's watch this little story here. This is interesting here. Let's watch this little bit here. Stand by. This is coming in from Psychological Warfare. I worked all morning and afternoon to make this to show China's grip on Canada and Carney's descent to the New World Order. Yeah, the New World Order is... You know what that New World Order means when you hear that New World Order thing? That's Carney, Mark Carney, that came up with that term. Because remember, it was the One World Order. It started out as One World Order, and that was like for, to get rid of all countries, and the world is going to become one giant world. But the New World Order refers to Canada not trading with the United States, basically giving the United States the boot, and Canada trading with all other countries, especially China. And so this little bit here is about how that one world order and the trading of Canada is working out for Canada. So, yeah, let's listen to this little bit. Let me just bring it back to the beginning here. China's grip on Canada, how it started, where we are now. Let's watch this.
As Prime Minister Justin Trudeau heads to China today, Canada's former top spy raising concerns about a potential free trade pact between the countries.
We have to go in with our eyes open, but realizing that their mindset is entirely different than ours. We go in free trade negotiations with the objective of facilitating the private sector. Right. They're going in with the objective of facilitating the Chinese state meeting its objective.
Peter MacKay says the benefits of increased trade with China must be measured against the real dangers of state-sponsored espionage.
They are heavily involved, heavily engaged in espionage. There isn't a day goes by that our Canadian government departments, our banking system, even our critical infrastructure are not in some way or another being probed and examined, if not hacked. And that has to be a major, major concern in this country.
Two Canadians who...
Okay, that bit in itself right there is very, very telling, because that guy is telling the truth. And we all know this. And why are you elbows up and so pro-Mark Carney and so pro-Mark Carney developing, further relationships with China, when we all know that we've got a big problem in Canada with China? China is trying to manipulate our political system in Canada. And yeah, that little bit right there was actually very, very telling, very telling.
Objective.
Peter MacKay says the benefits of increased trade with China must be measured against the real dangers of state-sponsored espionage.
They are heavily involved, heavily engaged in espionage. There isn't a day goes by that our Canadian government departments, our banking system, even our critical infrastructure are not in some way or another being probed and examined, if not hacked. And that has to be a major, major concern in this country.
Two Canadians who were arrested in China in 2018 have been released and are on their way home. Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig were accused of spying. Both denied the charges throughout. They were detained shortly after Canadian police had arrested a top Chinese technology executive, Meng Wanzhou of Huawei, on a US warrant.
Remember this one?
Tonight,
the Huawei.
We intend to exclude Huawei and ZTE
They're squeaky.
from our 5G network, full stop.
Is a need to ensure that we prohibit the installation of their equipment and technology within the 5G network, given the potential risks they pose to national security.
But the other part of this announcement affects 4G networks, and the government is ordering the companies
We're being
to
spied
remove
on.
all Huawei equipment from
For God's
existing
sakes.
networks. They have to be completely replaced by 2027.
They're spying on my show.
Specifically about it, saying the Department of National Defense and Canadian Armed Forces are fully aware of recent efforts by China.
Remember those spy
surveillance operations in Canadian airspace and maritime approaches utilizing dual-purpose technologies.
We have
spy
a clearer
balloons.
picture
Remember
tonight
that?
about why 2 scientists linked to China were escorted out of Canada's top infectious disease lab right here in Winnipeg
Spying
in
on us.
2019. They were then fired. Hundreds of pages of secret documents were released yesterday.
Now, intelligence assessments also show she and her husband shared infectious viruses and scientific research with China, had a
Oh my
close
God.
and clandestine relationship with Chinese officials, and were considered a credible threat to Canada's economic security. The documents also
They're
say
spying
that
on
she
us all.
lied about her involvement with Chinese government and military programs.
Canadian defense sources tell Global News that a suspected Chinese spy balloon spotted flying over the United States.
Oh my God. I remember that story. I actually did live broadcasts on the Chinese spy balloons here. Unbelievable, that whole story. They were spying on us.
Time in Canadian airspace. In a statement, the Department of National Defense
Americans
says the
had
balloon
to
is being
shoot that
actively
Chinese
monitored
spy
by
balloon out of
NORAD.
Canadian airspace.
Sources say the Canadian military is looking into whether this balloon entered Canadian airspace more than once.
A troubling new report from the RCMP tonight. It's investigating claims of criminal activity at so-called police stations allegedly set up by China's.
This kind of practice, China violated other countries' sovereignties. Use this kind of overseas service stations to try to get their targets.
The address might be linked with a police force operating out of China.
You know, this is ridiculous. Like the number of stories that have appeared over the last five years or so with regards to what China is doing in Canada and all of the cases of interference. You know, like, why would anyone develop any kind of a relationship with the country, especially tell them bring in 50,000 Chinese spy cars on top of it? It's absolute lunacy. And you guys voted for Mark Carney. Holy shit.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I don't know.
In a statement, the RCMP says it is investigating reports of criminal activity in relation to the so-called police stations. And it goes on to say
They're real.
it takes threats to the security of individuals living in Canada very seriously and is aware that foreign
Chinese police, you've heard that. Chinese police stations in Canada, right? That actually happened. In fact, there was one case here just lately where up in the oil sands, there's a Chinese company that has an interest in oil sands, and it's been reported that they saw a couple of Chinese guards up there with, or police or guards or some damn thing, with AK-47s, which AK-47s are illegal in Canada. And that was just last month that one happened.
states may seek to intimidate or harm communities or individuals within Canada.
Modern car is really a computer with a motor more than it is a car.
And now with Chinese EVs poised to hit Canadian roads, there are concerns about cybersecurity.
China wants these electric vehicles to be roving surveillance operations on the streets.
Oh my God. They're going to spy on me. I'm deathly afraid of those Chinese spy vehicles driving by my house and spying on me. They're going to do it because I'm talking about them. I'm like a suspect. I'm in their crosshairs. I can feel it right now. Uh-oh.
Concerned about cybersecurity and the threat of China.
Major ports in the U.S. have a Chinese equipment. Well, they
you guys are screwed too.
In the mechanism, a system that is capable to transmit and to capture data.
In 2025, CSIS called China the most active state conducting foreign interference activities in this country.
I'd believe it.
When it comes to national security, we need to be much more now attentive who we do business with.
The government has summoned China's ambassador as it considers expelling diplomats linked to an alleged threat against Conservative MP Michael Chong and his family.
July 20th, 2021.
Yeah, this was a big one where there was a Chinese MP who used to be a cop in Canada who was saying, hey, round up this guy and send him over to the Chinese consulate so that he can be expelled back over to China and who knows what. You know, maybe given the death sentence or something over there. I don't know what's going on, but this is getting ridiculous.
Did your department receive this intelligence assessment?
I was not the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I
understand that, but I'm asking if your department received it. The Prime Minister indicated yesterday that that assessment never left CSIS. It seems inexplicable that it would not have left CSIS. Mr. Speaker, I've just been informed by the National Security Advisor that the CSIS Intelligence Assessment of July 20th, 2021 was sent by CSIS to the relevant departments and to the National Security Advisor in the PCO.
An intelligence report claims that there are members of this House whose loyalty is not solely to the people of Canada, but to foreign governments who wish us harm. Why don't they release the names of MPs who are working against Canada?
Yeah. Canada's election watchdog normally keeps her work confidential, but in a rare move went public, saying she's reviewing complaints Beijing meddled in the past 2 federal elections.
We're screwed.
Now, we've dedicated tonight's entire show to discussing foreign interference in Canadian elections, federally and locally. Our next guest was not only allegedly targeted by Beijing in retaliation for criticizing China, but he claims that he lost his seat in Parliament in the 2021 federal election as a result of foreign election interference.
And there has been CSIS reports on this. But CSIS has been sounding an alarm ever since that I start paying attention to the foreign interference issue.
So what you have is some people in Canada that are Chinese and they are like against China. They know what the communist regime is like, and in fact, they're not pro-China, okay, and they're calling out what China is actually doing in Canada. And then you have other people that are like embedded with China and are trying to do harm in Canada and trying to manipulate our political system. They're actually members of Parliament. They're running for different places both in the Conservative Party and in the Liberal Party, and they're actually against Canada. And those are like plants in Canada by China. I think is like alleged. Let's put it that way, because I don't want somebody coming back and suing me. But that's what the story is basically pointing out. A lot of this stuff is actually happening right under our noses, and Mark Carney is just falling in bed right with China, taking trips over to China, making deals with China. It's like China is his best friend. Meanwhile, these guys are just manipulating our political process like crazy. Unbelievable.
Back in 2011, for example, Richard Fadden, the former CSIS director, had already tabled reports saying that Ontario parliamentarians, Ontario politicians are subject to Russia, Iran, and China's interference.
And strategic competition has gripped the world. And this latest tumult could be considered a contest between freedom and authoritarianism. And it's become the great struggle of our lives. And I think it's going to be certainly for the rest of my life and probably for the rest of your lives as well. And we'll be judged by history and future generations for how we acquit ourselves in these times of trial. The rules-based international order is the legacy that we have inherited. We have fought to preserve it, and that fight goes on with added urgency and uncertainty.
Okay, I'm just going to zoom this forward a little bit here.
And this move for national unity that he's decided to stay, is that convenient reasoning? Do you buy that?
The world has changed much since that last visit. And I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership
There's Mark Carney.
Sets us up well for the new world
order.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is touting a new...
Did you notice the way he said that? The new world order. Very ominous.
strategic partnership with China in talks with Xi Jinping in Beijing as part of what he has said is a new world order, in part due to the fallout from Trump tariffs in the United States.
Oh, so it's Trump. It's like Carney is blaming Trump, right? Because Trump put up those tariffs. So now we can't do business with United States anymore because you guys aren't buying our products anymore. So we have to get in bed with frickin' China, for God's sakes.
I have been told of university students already being required to read my husband's now quite famous Davos speech.
Yeah, the Davos speech where Mark Carney slammed Donald Trump and tried to put Donald Trump and make Donald Trump look bad. That speech is what she's talking about.
Of intergenerational.
And the liberals are cheering. Oh, great, great. Okay, let's indoctrinate our students with his bullshit.
Dinner table conversations being sparked by its contents, of new possibilities opening up in its wake, of Canada being the nation that is helping to define and shape a new world order.
The world's changing.
Oh, for God's sakes. The new world order. It is a terrible world order. It is a Chinese world order. Like, call it for what it is. It's a Chinese world order where we have to buy Chinese spy cars now and all drive electric Chinese spy cars. Oh my God, what's this world coming to? Canada, there's another reason why Alberta wants to separate for all the rest of this bullshit. It's all bullshit. If Alberta was its own country, we'd make sure that we're not in bed with China and all of this political bullshit that's going on between China and Canada. It is. It's terrible, Super Salty. You're sitting down there in San Diego watching this. So, normally you probably wouldn't know anything about this, but unbelievable what's going on up here in Canada.
Not gradually, but suddenly. Yes, some are still in denial. Rather than starting on this journey, they're waiting for the past to return.
What's that?
But hope is not a plan, and nostalgia is not a strategy. We can either shape our future with AI or let it control our destiny. The foundations of the international order, the order which Canada helped build and from which we have benefited for so long, that order is crumbling.
Oh, what he's talking about is Canada's relationship with the United States right there. That order, the old world order, was Canada trading with the United States and getting along with the United States and us having a good relationship. But that old world order is crumbling. And now the new world order is for Canada and China to get together, which is really, really bad. Really bad for Canada. I hate to tell you, but China is a communist country. It's like you may as well say Canada should get in bed with Russia, with China, and with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. Like really, in Canada. The four of us should all get together and become the frickin' New World Order. What the hell's the matter with these politicians? Like, Carney is the worst of the worst of the worst. Elbows up! Sandy Foster, you voted for him. You voted for the New World Order. Okay. Take a trip to North Korea, okay, when you go on holidays, instead of going to Florida, because Carney's telling you, don't go to the States, don't do business with the United States, don't buy any of their products, don't buy any of their food. But yeah, take a holiday to maybe Cuba or North Korea. I'm not making this stuff up. This is real. These guys are so freaking communist. That's why their color is red. The liberal color is red. It's like the red Chinese flag. It's freaking ridiculous. I don't like it at all. It's not what I think is a good situation. And meanwhile, you have what's happening in Spain, where Spain is basically saying, yeah, we're like against the United States, and we're like pro immigration. And you know what? When they said that, when they're pro immigration and we're okay with having lots of immigrants pop in, then all of a sudden you see scenes like this happening. Millions of African people are popping into Spain. Just look at this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at these pictures here, the videos. Look at all these people popping into Spain. Here's your new country. They're getting taken over. Unbelievable. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it. They're coming in. They're all lined up in Morocco, ready to cross right by the Rock of Gibraltar, right into Spain. And they're coming in. There you go. That's what it's all about. Coming in by plane, by sea, all over the place. So, yeah. Stand by for more stories from Spain as time goes on, and we'll see how well that works out. We know how that worked out in other places over in Europe. So, there you go. One of those things. Let's see. Glenside Hotel. Oh, that's Irish. The Irish, they're having a big thing going on there with their carbon tax. Mark Carney, he came up with this carbon tax thing. Oh, have you seen this one here? This one here is, let's see, is the dude, this dude here with this story is like a pretty crazy story. Police have arrested this guy here, this crazy guy. You've probably seen this on the internet, but I'll show it to you. This is in the States, and this is a crazy guy who's trying to get into a guy's house, and he's on the Ring doorbell, and the guy is just an absolute lunatic. But basically, the background on this is police have released more info about the Harry Dresden break-in in Fairfield, California. They say both the homeowner and Nicholas sustained head injuries. Police are praising the actions of the homeowner who raced home to confront a 30-year-old Jason Nichols with a shovel. This is the crazy man on the Ring camera. Imagine if this guy was at your door and trying to get into your house and trying to get at your daughter. Okay, watch this video here. You'll be absolutely amazed at this one here. Unbelievable. Here's a close-up of the guy. You've probably seen this before, but anyways, we'll just go over this. Listen to what he says. Imagine if this guy, imagine if you weren't at home and you saw this guy on your Ring doorbell and your daughter was at home by herself in your house and this guy's outside of your house. Listen.
Hello?
Hi there, can you open this door, please?
For what?
I just want to make sure that everything's okay. There seems to be something going on.
What do you mean?
I don't know, I just figured I'd check on something.
I don't know what you want, man. Get out of my house.
Open this fucking door! Where's your daughter, man? Where's your daughter, man?
What are you talking about?
Where's your daughter? Who's in there with you?
Bro, if you don't
open this fucking door. Open this door, I'm breaking it fucking down. You understand me?
Leave my house. You don't...
Are you okay? Is everyone in this house okay?
What? Everyone's okay. What do you want? Can you leave my house, please?
You open the door, please.
You have nothing to do with my house. Can you leave my house?
You know what my name is?
I don't know who you are. You don't belong to this neighborhood. That's for sure.
This is my neighborhood, though.
Yeah, I live there. I don't know you.
Fuck.
My name is Harry.
This guy's crazy.
Open the door. This is my neighborhood. Open the fucking door. Now, or I will fucking end you. Do you understand me?
Who is that guy? Charlie? Psycho. Charlie Cheesewick. He's getting ready for the Al Munson show. Hang on. Whatever drug, he's probably was hot knifing something. Queenie, whatever he's doing, don't do that. Don't take that, okay? Queenie, that's to be a lesson for you. Whatever drug he's on, don't take that drug, okay? It's a bad one. Bad one.
Where the fuck is she?
Oh, no. He got in.
Huh?
Where is she? He's looking for his daughter. Oh, my God.
Victor, you around? What the fuck up? I'm telling you, I'm giving you a chance right now, man. This is the third room, bro. I'm giving you a fucking chance. Get the fuck out of my house. This is the third room, bro. I'm telling you, get the fuck out of my house. Please. Just answer the question. Get the fuck out of my house. Just answer the question, please. There's no one in there. There's 3 rooms, man. I don't know who you are. You better get the street at 1797 Co-op Drive. I don't know who you're talking about, man. Why do I hear screaming? Are you military? Yes. Okay. Can you help me out? Okay. Yes. I understand what you're going through right now. Yes. Can you step outside? Yes, sir. Thank you. Will. Thank you for asking. There's something going on this street, bro. Bro, everything's fine. Please step outside. Okay.
Wow.
Sit there. Sit on the ground, please. Yes, sir. Okay.
Military. Wow. Definitely a little bit of shell shock going on there or something. I don't know. Holy jeez. That's a bad one. But anyways, the big, again there with that, police have released more info on the Harry Dresden break-in. Both the homeowner and Nichols sustained head injuries. So we didn't see the rest of it here. It kind of cuts off at that point there. Police are praising the actions of the homeowner who raced home to confront a 30-year-old Jason Nichols with a shovel. Authorities say the homeowner's wife and child were inside the house when Nichols broke in. When Nichols was unable to break in through the front door, he broke in through a sliding glass door. The homeowner's husband, who was away at the time, observed the suspect through the home security camera, the Ring camera, and immediately returned back to the residence, police said. As the suspect entered the home, the homeowner returned, armed himself with a shovel, and confronted Nichols. A physical altercation ensued, during which both the homeowner and Nichols sustained head injuries. We're grateful that the family is safe and commend our officers, they weren't even anywhere around there, for their swift response, in bringing this dangerous situation to a safe resolution. The woman and child were reportedly unharmed. And that's the rest of the story. Wow. That's a crazy one. Crazy. Lots of crazy people out there. So drugs. Watch what kind of drugs you're doing there, people. I don't know. Maybe the guy wasn't even on drugs. Maybe. But that's pretty berserk. Like the guy was he was on some kind of a drug. I don't know anybody that normally acts like that. Like that's mental hospital type actions right there. Although I was once, actually, I've been many times in the mental hospital, but yeah, and don't use that. Don't clip that and use it against me, because in my past life, I had a job that would take me into the mental hospital. Okay, and there's one here in Alberta called the Alberta Hospital, which is on the east end of Edmonton. Okay, and so many times I had to go to work in the mental hospital, and they generally sedated people like that, So there were lots of people that, and they told me, they said, that guy over there, watch out for that guy because he's a murderer, you know what I mean? And when you go in there, don't leave any stuff around like knives or stuff like that, because they'll come and get you. And back then I had a beard, right? I had a beard at one time when I was a lot younger. Being part of my life there, whatever. Sometimes you had a beard, sometimes you didn't have a beard. But I had a beard and I walked in there and I remember this one mass murderer that was in there. He goes, Jesus has arrived. He says that to me, and I'm in there like, whoa, this crazy mass murderer is calling me Jesus, like how do I respond to that, And I go, God bless you. God bless you, my son. Oh my God. And then there was another one where there was this beautiful, hot, blonde woman, and she's in there and she comes up to me and she's like, hi, hi, how you doing? She's like coming on to me, like I'm going, wow, quite nice, very nice, very nice. And she goes, you got to get me out of here. You got to get me out of here. Help me get out of here, And I'm going, oh man, wow, pretty cool. But anyways, I found out that she was a murderer too. So, you can't trust anyone in a mental hospital. In fact, most of the people that were locked up in there were locked up because they killed somebody, and there were lots of people in there. Some of them were locked in their cells, but then other ones were like roaming around in the common area, like zombies or whatever, because they're so drugged up all the time. Hey, I need my drugs. I need more drugs, like just craziness. But that's what that guy reminds me of being in the mental hospital. And he's one guy that should actually be locked up in a mental hospital and not be allowed to roam around, regardless of whether his injuries happened when he was on duty as a military personnel or whatever. But yeah, that goes under the category. File that one in. You can't make this shit up. Okay, that's where that one goes. Okay, let's keep looking here. Yeah, China. This is the other thing here. China has issued an extremely strong warning against the United States for what's going on in the Middle East there. See, I got to turn this audio down on this one here. Let's play this one through. China has issued a strong warning to the United States, reinstating that China has an energy agreement with Iran and its ships will not be intercepted. Chinese Defense Ministry says Chinese ships continue to move in and out of the waters of the Strait of Hormuz, and we have trade and energy. Yeah, absolutely. Let's read more of the story here. We have trade and energy. Oops. Where does it go here? We have trade and energy agreements with Iran, which we will respect and abide by. We expect others not to interfere in our affairs, i.e. the United States. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz and has opened it up to us. Yeah, well, they did until the United States came in there and closed the strait down. So now your ships are unable to go through there. So there's going to be some big stink going on between China and the United States. So watch out for stuff like that happening up here pretty quick. So like I said, that could very well be the start of World War III. I'm like Alex Jones on this show here. It's World War III is going to start. Oh no, what are we going to do? Okay, it's Trump. He's starting World War III. Okay, and Nubs, Mossad, you're going to have to go put your military garb back on again, and because they're going to call you back in service there again, and you're going to have to go back to the Middle East. So Nubs, look out for that happening. Sorry to hear that whole thing happening. But that's happening here just today as we speak. So watch that story very carefully to find out exactly what's going on, because it's craziness happening, absolute craziness. And meanwhile, us here in Alberta, we're going like, Yeah, we want to separate. We don't like that Canada is getting involved in China. No, we don't want to have anything to do with China and those Chinese spy cars and stuff like that. We'll drive our gasoline vehicles here in Alberta, and it's like, gung-ho, Alberta, Alberta freedom. Let's vote for independence in Alberta. We want more independence. Yeah, it can happen. We want that to happen. Let's go, let's go. Okay, yeah, what's the next big story here? I don't know. I'm just going through some of the stories happening here. Mass outrage on another ring cam here. Oh no, cop kicking a tiny dog. Oh no, we don't want to see a cop kicking a little dog. That is not good to view on our stream here. Might get a strike or something like that. Seeing the little dog get beat up by a cop. Let's see what else is going on here. San Diego. What happened in San Diego? You guys had some stuff going on there. Did you hear about that whole thing? You had the San Diego thing. We're up at a San Diego police canine. The canine successfully... oh, it's hard to see this right here. There's the doggy. The canine successfully apprehended a stabbing suspect. Salty, you guys had a stabbing suspect in San Diego. And look at the doggy basically apprehended the stabbing suspect. What a good boy. Give that POS extra charges for trying to hit the canine with a stick. The suspect, Lathapun Hiovongsa, allegedly stabbed a parking attendant twice. Unbelievable. There he is with the dog and the stick and whatever. Hopefully, yeah, we don't see anything too gory going on there. But look at that. The guy's going after the dog with a stick, and the dog is actually... look he's got him. The guy dropped the stick, and he's yanking on his shirt sleeve. So I don't think the dog actually... grabbed onto his arm or injured him there too badly. So good for that dog for being able to take that guy down there. Wow, unbelievable what's going on here. Yeah, San Diego. What's the matter with you guys down there? It's a rough place down there in San Diego. It's rough. What's the rest of the story? Bury this guy under the jail is what they say in that clip there. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, the clock is run down, and I'm going to shut the stream off. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We do appreciate that. I appreciate your being with us here today, and we will do it again the next time, sometime in the future. I need to find out which is my songboard here. Here we go, Alberta, the Alberta song, and we're going to have some fun with kiddos here today. Appreciate your being with us. Thank you very, very much for being with the Tommy Tepper Show.
Albertans rise up.
Alberta, Alberta bound.
Oil sands pumping black gold.
Let's go. Alberta independence.
Grain fields waving golden, canola blooming in the sunshine.
Woohoo.
But Ottawa's taking our billions.
We're loving it. Thank you very much for all those super chats, channel memberships. Keeps us wanting to do it again.
No more pipelines blocked.
It's like working at the 7-Eleven store being here on the Tommy Tepper Show.
We're done with the feds, breaking free from their reins.
Woo-hoo. Let's go. Right on. Don't do drugs. It'll make your mind go berserk. Just be straight and true. Have a drink once in a while, but not too much. Thank you very much. Super Salty in the house. Howard. Hey. Good to see you. Jen Robertson. Thank you very much. Woo-hoo-hoo. Don't do drugs. That's our public service announcement. You got it, Tark.
Where the eagles soar high,
Lots of Trump lovers in the chat. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Good afternoon. Good to see you, Partabonza.
While they push their agendas.
Love your company.
Beef ranchers and farmers, grain silos.
And by the way, Trump pulled that photo of him, acting like Jesus or something like that. You know, that photo, if you guys saw on the internet. He pulled that off of Truth, his Truth program or whatever, platform. Truth Social.
Sovereignty calling, independence coming through. No more woke liberation, stealing our way of life. Alberta stand tall, cut loose from the strife. Rocky Mountains watching as we claim our own land. Freedom for our families with a rifle in hand.
Let's go! Independence for Alberta!
Let the anthems roar, we're building our nation.
Woohoo! We can do it.
They say it's illegal, but self-determination's all right. Like Ukraine from the Soviets, we'll fight through the night. No more sending our wealth to fund their endless schemes. Our pensions rising, fulfilling our dreams. Tired of the liberals, their rules and their games. Albertans awakening, calling out our name.
Yoo-hoo. Let's go. We can do it.
Canola fields yellow, beef herds grazing free, oil sands fueling futures as far as the eye can see. We're Albertans first, with hearts full of fire. Separation's the answer, lifting us higher. No more being the wallet for a broken confederation. Freedom's our birthright, our declaration.
For all you Trump fans out there, well, except for Partabonza. Woohoo! He got a bit of heat for this one, so he pulled this meme from True Social. Gotta watch what you do on social media, otherwise you'll get cancel cultured. Wouldn't want that to happen. Blasphemy, yeah. You got that right, Massad. Total blasphemy. Oh my gosh. Woohoo! Okay, everyone, have fun out there. Have a good day. Have a good Monday. And have a good rest of the week. Take care. Stay out of trouble. And if you can't stay out of trouble, hey, name it after me, Tommy Temper. See you later.